Very hello students. In this way I am coming on Unacademy platform for CET classes, but actually I am taking NEET for everyone. Okay, because in NEET only all the state exams, medical exam has been included. So all of you can join me in the Unacademy classes and you can avail the facility. I take special classes student especially for all of you because all the classes are absolutely free. You people need not to pay a single rupee from your pocket, and you can utilize completely the classes, and it will be very useful for every one of you student if you follow the classes. Similarly, every day I am taking classes for the students on Unacademy. Generally I follow the timing, that is from 3 to 4 and 8 to 9. 8 to 9 is a fixed time students, I'll tell you. Night 8 to 9, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. is a fixed timing I take classes for Unacademy students, and that will be very beneficial. So what I have started doing this, I'll be recording the sessions and putting on YouTube, but if you come for a live class, it will be really interactive and useful for all of you. So if you come for the classes, this will generally help every one of you, and this will be properly guiding you through. It will be a guide post, it will be guiding all of you and will be helping you to attain good marks in the coming exam. So let's start it, let's crack it in this way. Prepare nicely for the 2021 or class 12 student as well as class 11 student. We are going to prepare in this way, and I make sure that all students are going to get good marks. So all the best and all of you, and with Unacademy, let's crack it. Thank you all of you, and we'll meet in the next class students. Okay, now before we start with the class, before we go with the class, before we start with the class, let us try to understand one more thing which is quite important. That is, there are plus subscription also students which are being provided by the that is Unacademy, and it's really important for all of us to understand. This plus subscription is really good, students. You can definitely go for this plus subscription if you see. And what are the benefits of plus subscription? You see, there is a complete syllabus coverage which is going to be done. So there will be a coverage of the complete this syllabus which is going to be done, which is very important for all of you. Like right now you are attending my all special classes, every one of you are attending the all special classes, but if you go for the plus subscription of the Unacademy, you find it becomes much more easier for you to understand the chapter. Why does it becomes easier for you to understand the chapter? Because a very systematic manner, very organized manner, you will get the complete class. Okay, the complete class will be provided to all of you, and you feel like it is much more easier for you to learn the content. That is one very good thing. Then we also find that there are many tips and tricks by the top educator which will be given to you. Okay, many tips and tricks will be given by the top educators to every one of you. Everyone will be getting that. How to study, how to prepare a timetable. Okay, such kind of advices will be given. How to prepare a timetable. How can the motivation can go along with the studies so that you people are able to perform better in your studies. These all things will be done all together. So when you learn the things in this complemented manner, you find the things to be happening much more better. Then topic wise practice questions will be given to every one of you. Like one topic is taught, and that relevant chapter questions will be given as an assignment to every one of you. And when you work on that assignment, you will feel that the topic which you have studied, that topic has become very clear for everyone. That is one very important part. Along with that, we also find that one more better thing is a full length mock test will be given to everyone. A full length mock test will be provided to every one of you. Because of this full length mock test also, it becomes easy and understandable for everyone. Whatever you have learned, to what an extent you are able to figure it out, to what an extent you are able to perform it, practice it. So the full length mock test, you will be able to understand all these concepts, students, in a more better manner. Now there is a 1 month plan which you can see, and the 1 month plan is quite cheaper. You can go for a 1 month plan. You see, this is the 1 month plan, which is 2,250 rupees. Until 30th September is only this price. This price is only till 30th September, students. So please, all of you want to try how Unacademy is, then you can definitely go for this price. But there is one catch, student, you have to wait for that. What is that catch? If you use my code and this is the code, students, which is that is Dr. Puneet 1986. If you use this particular code, you will be getting a flat 10% discount. A 10% of discount will be given to every one of you. A 10% of discount will be given to every one of you, and this will be really helpful for all of you students. This will be helpful for every one of you, all of you. It will be very helpful, students. That is what we are doing. Now, why to join for Plus, Unacademy Plus? You see, there is a absolute comprehensive batch which is coming up. Okay, there is an absolute comprehensive batch which is coming up for the Karnataka CET 2021. They are focusing on Karnataka CET 2021, and if you go with this, all top educators will be there, like Janmajay sir is there, KVSS sir, Sharma sir is there, and many other are there. So when you go to this particular comprehensive batches and all, then it will be useful for you to crack the exam. And you see, there are n number of topics which are going to be covered. Okay, there are n number of topics which will be covered for all of you. So this is one very important fact, students, which you people are going to learn. So these are some of the context which you have to understand, student. These are some of the context which you people need to understand. Along with that, we are also going to find that these all topics will be covered, and enroll for the batch. The batch has started on September 1st. Okay, very good afternoon, Anjali. Anjali has also joined us. Very good afternoon, beta. So the batch, if you join, then you will find that it will be very helpful for every one of you. Okay, so yes, definitely, students. Yes, definitely, student. Absolutely. It will be useful for every one of you. Have you all understood? Till here, is it clear to every one of you? Okay, good. Now, what next we are going to see? What next we are going to learn is that, I guess my audio and everything is clear for every one of you. There is no problem with the audio, video, everything is clear, everything is streaming smoothly. I hope so. Right, students? Everything is, yeah, okay, great. I'm getting your responses also, good. That is, yeah, okay, good, students. So these are some of the very important things, students, which we need to focus and which we need to work with it, and it will be useful for all of us. Now, before I go into the chapter, there is one more thing which I need to show you, one of the more, you see, when you go for a Plus subscription, there is a complete 12-month course also, which is available for all of you. Okay, the 12-month course which comes out to be is you see this plan, that is 12,375 rupees at a very low price. If you go for any institution, okay, any branded institution, and you learn this and all, they are going to charge you quite heavy over there. And what is the price which they are going to charge you, student? They will be charging you around 1 lakh, okay, 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh, okay, or 2.8 lakh for 2 years, 1.5 lakhs for 1 year, and 2.8 lakhs for 2 years. They are going to charge you. But the same education, because all the faculties are from platforms like Akash, Allen, Fitzy, Resonance, Bansal, okay, Career Point. From such a platform, you are getting the faculties, and your same education, same quality education, you are gaining through this such a low price. With such a low price, you are able to get this. So this is one of the very benefit you are into. If you can also go opt for a 6 month of complete scheduling, the 6 month of scheduling you can go for, but I don't think it is worth going for 6 months. Why? Because you see, the price comes out to be around 10,125, hardly 2,000 something rupees a difference comes over it. So, well, my suggestion would be to go directly for the 12 months only, because there is a very meager difference, a little difference you can see right over there. So my suggestion will be to definitely go, and 1 month already we have discussed, students. Okay, the 1 month course also we have discussed, that is around, you find it to be 2,250 rupees. So if you feel like you can give it, definitely go for a try. And on all these prices, what you are going to pay, student, you can use my code, and using my code definitely you will get a flat 10% of discount. A flat 10% discount. A flat 10% discount will be provided to every one of you, and that will be a good catch for all of your students. That is going to be a good catch for all of your students. Understood? And already have discussed that what all will be the benefits or when you go for a plus subscription. Okay, and as per the syllabus, when the comprehensive batches are running live, it will be easy for you to prepare also. Quizzes will be there, which was not there in the first slide, for analysis. Batches for complete preparation will be there. Test series, DPP means daily practice paper. Daily practice paper. Daily practice paper will be given. A full length mock test and analysis of the test is very important, and unlimited access to so many faculties which are there on Unacademy. You can use it, student. So these are some of the benefits. You can definitely opt for this courses, which is going to help you all in many aspects, student. They are going to help you in many aspects, student. So we'll start with the chapter today. Okay, the chapter has got loaded. I guess it will be appearing for all of you. So let's see. So shall we start with the chapter now? When you go with this chapter, that is reproduction in organism. Okay, that's great. Just 1 second, students. Okay. Now I'll go ahead with the chapter. The chapter is very simple. We are starting with the class 12th first chapter, that is reproduction in organism. One of the very important chapter, beneficial chapter, which we are going to start with, student. Okay. One of the very important and beneficial chapter which we are going to look into chapter, students, and we are going to start with. Shall we go ahead and okay. So the question comes out to be reproduction in organism. Okay, the question comes out to be is, what is reproduction and why is reproduction important? What is reproduction and why is reproduction important? Reproduction is one of the method of perpetuation. So I can definitely write over here that it is one of the method of perpetuation. Okay, so I can write it over here. It is one of the method for perpetuation. Perpetuation of organism. The organism, they perpetuate, they develop into, okay, they develop into the other organism with the help of this particular phenomenon only. There are types of, okay, so this maintains the organism in the environment. So why it is important? It maintains the organism in the environment. It maintains the organism, or rather I can say species. Species, it is going to maintain the species in the environment. Now, reproduction can be of two types, asexual and sexual reproduction. Let's go one by one and try to see what are asexual reproduction and what are sexual reproduction. Let's go. Okay. So you see, when you go for a asexual reproduction can be a fission. Fission, as you go with the term fission means breakdown. The term fission means breakdown or divide. Breakdown or divide. So this is what, now whenever we go for a fission, that is a breakdown or a divide, when we go for such a division, what we are going to find that it is of different categories it can be taken. So let me erase everything. I hope everyone is writing also. Along with me, everyone is writing also. So fission can be of different types. One of them comes out to be is binary fission. One of them comes out to be is binary fission. So I can take it as in this manner. So the one of the component comes out to be is the binary fission. The term binary, the moment you go for a term binary, binary means 2. Okay, the moment you go for a term that is binary, binary means 2. Binary means 2, anything which is divided into 2 equal halves, that is called as binary fission. Binary fission also can be of different types. So these are the types of binary fission which we are going to see, students. These are some of the types of binary fission which we are looking into. So number one comes out to be is the longitudinal fission. The other one comes out to be is the transverse fission. In this way, we have got the complete content, the longitudinal fission and transverse fission. Now, on what basis they have been divided? They have divided on the basis of plane of division, the plane of fission when we take. So I can definitely write over here, this is divided. Okay, this division is going to take place with on the basis of the plane of division. So I can write, okay, I can write it as like this. Just let me take the margin. Yes. So depends on the plane of division. It depends upon the plane of division. That is one very important factor which we are going to see, students, on the plane of division. What is longitudinal division? Whenever the division is taking place in this manner, lengthwise, that is called as longitudinal division. Example comes out to be is a euglena. Example comes out to be is euglena. You see, the complete plane of division is passing lengthwise. The complete plane of division is passing in a lengthwise manner. Similarly, we have got another part which is coming on account. Another part which is coming on account is paramecium, which is a transverse. Transverse means along the breadth or along the width of the width of the organism. You see, it is generally seen in case of paramecium. The example comes out to be is paramecium, and here the division, the plane of division comes out to be along the width of the organism. The plane of division is going to be, student. That is, these are some of the very important terminologies, students, which we are going to be using. I hope you all are able to understand. I hope everyone is able to understand. Am I clear? So this is what we find in case of the paramecium. Let's go to the next slide and try to see what do we have. Okay, let's go to the next slide. In the next slide, you see there is in a transverse binary fission is also there. Now we have got the transverse binary fission, students, which we are going to learn. In transverse binary fission, what we are going to see? In transverse binary fission, what we are going to notice, student, is that example comes out to be is the desmid. Already we have discussed. So the example comes out to be desmids and planaria. Now there is something important fact about planaria. We'll learn. Planaria, we find that it has got a high regenerative power. In case of planaria, if you see, it has got a very high regenerative power. So let me make the margin so that I can write till the margin only. So it has got a high regenerative powers. So I'll write it just over here. That is, yes, planaria has the highest regenerative power. It has got the highest regenerative power, students. That is how we are going to see the planaria. You see how nicely we can, you see this is the planaria. If you cut it into two equal halves, Then after cutting it to equal halves, this part develops the lower part, it is going to regenerate completely, right? It is going to regenerate completely. Okay, and the upper half is going to regenerate completely. You can see right over here, the upper and the lower half is regenerating again, and this is completely very useful for the organism. So answer comes out to be the desmids, okay, and the planaria, they show a kind of a complete, that is transverse binary fission, and a very high power of regeneration can be seen in these organisms. Let's go a little more ahead and try to figure out what else do we have. Now there is another category where we have the oblique binary fission condition. Some of the students will let us complete this. Yes, definitely, Anjali. Already completed 2 days back, sir. Yes, some students have joined. So for them, it is just a brief revision, Anjali. Let me complete with this brief revision once, and definitely so that it will be useful. Okay, and it will be a revision for all of you students. It's a kind of a revision for all of you. So let's see. So it's because this is complete class 12th portions which I am going to teach you. Okay, everything. So everyone who is joining should be benefited. All students, new or old, should be benefited. Thank you very much for students for all of your cooperation. Here the comes out to be is seratium. Example comes out to be seratium. One very beneficial fact about seratium is there. It's a very beautiful red color fungi which you can see, seratium. Okay, and there it shows a oblique binary fission. Now how does the oblique binary fission come into picture, students? That is the organism, this you see, this is longitudinal, this is transverse, and this is oblique. Okay, this is called as, I will draw it again with a green color. This is something which is oblique. You see it cuts an organism with the angle. So I can write oblique binary fission. What I can write about this is, it cuts the, what can I write for the oblique binary fission? Let's write a little about oblique binary fission. That is, it cuts the organism at certain angle. They are going to cut the organism in certain angle. That is what we are going to see, students. So this is called as oblique binary fission. This is the microscopic view, students. None of the books it will show such kind of diagrams. So for preparing all these slides, it has been taking a lot of pain for me to select the diagrams, put it into a PPT for every one of you. So selection of the diagram and putting it into a PPT for every one of you, it takes a lot of pain. So let's make sure that we all are understanding this. Okay, similarly we have got the multiple binary fission. Let's try to learn about that also. A multiple binary fission, how does it goes on apart? Okay, let us try to learn about the multiple binary fission also, student. Okay, so let's learn. So when you go for a multiple binary fission, so it leads to the formation of organism. The best example comes out to be is the amoeba. Amoeba is the best example for it. That is coming out to be is, it leads to the formation of a cyst. It leads to the formation of a cyst, and this cyst formed, the cyst which is going to be formed will be in a condition, and we call it as encysted condition, where there is a nucleus, there is a cyst formation. During unfavorable condition, it is going to protect the organism. So I'll write it over here. It is going to protect under unfavorable condition. So it protects under unfavorable condition. Under unfavorable condition. Okay, I'll just write it over here. Yeah. It protects under unfavorable condition. That is one very important fact. which we are going to see. As the favorable condition is returning, the amoebae or amoebae is going to be released outside. The amoebae or amoebae will be released outside, that is during the favorable condition, during favorable condition is going to be released, student. That is one of the very important fact which we are going to see, students. Am I clear? I hope till here everyone has understood. Let's go ahead and watch. Next part comes out to be is sporulation, students. Okay, let's see how sporulation is taking place. So sporulation also is seen in case of the amoebas, and we find that during sporulation nucleus is going to be formed. Okay, and the complete nuclei will be dividing. A spore of the membrane, it will divide within the same body. It is within the same body multiple nucleated condition. So in the same body we have got the multinucleated condition. In the same body we have got the multinucleated condition. We have got the multinucleated condition in the same body or the organism we are going to see, students. Have you all understood? Till here, I guess, is understood to every one of you. What do we see next? Another part of the asexual reproduction, which is a continuation, definitely comes out to be is budding. Next comes out to be is budding. Now, budding type, we are going to use either the exogenous budding or the endogenous budding can be seen in the organism. The exogenous budding and the endogenous budding, example comes out to be for exogenous budding is hydra. Endogenous budding, the example comes out to be is endogenous organism, we find that it comes out to be is the sponges. In case of the sponges, we are going to see that. In the endogenous body, we find that it is going to be spongilla. Spongilla, let me write a little about spongilla. Spongilla is the only, it's an exception, it's the only freshwater sponge. Under porifera, it is the only freshwater sponge. So I'll write it over here. So I can definitely write over here, it's an exception, students. Okay, it's an exception. It is the only freshwater sponge which is available. So I'll write over here, it is the only freshwater sponge is the only freshwater sponge which we can see, student, which is basically found over here. Only freshwater sponge which can be seen over here, student. That is one very important point. Okay. Now, what next we are going to look into? Let us try to understand what next we are going to look into is the only freshwater sponge which you can see. They have got spicules. These are called as spicules. Okay, this is called as the micropyle. Okay, and these are archegonial cells. And these archegonial cells which you see are absolutely totipotent. They are going to be absolutely totipotent. That is one thing we see. And this is an endogenous budding. The bud is present within the body. That is an endogenous body. And endogenous budding is going to take place, that is within the body. That is one very important point we are going to see, students. Along with that, hydra, we are going to find that there is a exogenous budding. You see, this part will cleave off. This part will cut and will be dividing. So this is the daughter hydra and this is the parent hydra. So this is a parent hydra. And this is the daughter hydra. This is the daughter hydra, you can see. And the parent hydra, daughter hydra and parent hydra, which separates completely. Outside it goes and that is how it is going to be forming. Now before we go to the next slide for the strobulation, okay, strobulation in case of Aurelia, we need to understand one more thing. I'll just, yes students, so definitely again I would love to tell you that there are students plus subscription which you can definitely go for, and it will be very helpful for every one of you. And if you go for a plus subscription, you find that it is worthwhile going for the plus subscription. Students, you can definitely go for it, and you'll find a lot of benefits coming out of the plus subscription. You see, there is a new batch, a comprehensive batch which has started for Karnataka CET in 2021 for PCMB, physics, chemistry, maths and biology, botany and zoology. All top educators will be taking the classes, and it will be helpful for all of you. How it's going to be helpful? A complete syllabus coverage is going to be done. One thing, there are many tips and tricks which will be given through the top educators, which will be helping you how to prepare for the coming CET exam. Along with that, we also find that there are topic wise practice tests which will be done, practice questions will be done for every one of you. That's one very important fact which we are going to see. And a full length mock test will also be arranged for all of you, so that whatever you are studying, how can we get to know that to what a part you have understood the chapter, how you are comfortable with the chapter, how it is going to be useful for every one of you. So you can go, if you want to check whether Unacademy, how it is going to be working, you can go for a 1 month plan which is around 2,250, and this price is till 30th September only, okay, for the new subscribers. But there is a catch in it. If you use this code, that is Dr. Puneet 1986, you get a flat 10% discount, a flat 10% discount. And this discount will not be available after 30th September, student. Always remember that. The discount will not be available to you. So it's better to utilize the Unacademy Plus platform before the discount gets over. I hope every one of you have understood, students. One more thing we can see, that is, if you ask me that personally, then I can say that it's better to go for a 12-month plan. Okay, it's always better to go for a 12-month plan. I can tell you the reason why. You see, 12-month plan is just 12,375 rupees. If you go to any bigger institute, as I have discussed earlier, you pay around 1.5 lakhs or 2.8 lakhs for 1 year and for 2-year comprehensive program. But if you come to Unacademy, surprisingly, the price is in thousands, not in lakhs. So you are saving lakhs and lakhs of money. You are saving lakhs and lakhs of money, and there are many benefits of it. Now, you may even come for a 6-month plan also, but my favorite is a 12-month plan. Why? Because there is a hardly difference you can see of 2,000 something rupees. So rather to pay 2,000 something rupees, and you can go for a 12-month subscription, that is always good for all of you. Also, you are going to find that there is a 1-month plan which we have discussed earlier, so I will not repeat it again. So you are getting such a premium quality of education. If you see, student, a very premium quality of education you are getting for a very affordable price. We will get a very structured live courses and dedicated doubt session. Like if you have a doubt, you can come and ask us in the class. Dedicated doubt sessions will be there, in which you can clarify your doubt one-to-one. You feel as if teacher is teaching you individually. You feel like as if individual coaching is being given to you, and that is a great thing which you never get in any other branded high-paid institutes. Okay, when you go for a physical class. Moreover, going for a physical class is a waste of time. There is a danger of your life also, not only threat to other people also because of corona pandemic. Okay, it's a threat to life also. And you are saving time. Time is money, students. So if you save time, you are saving money. And with this saved time, you can prepare much more better. That means you get a time for self-study. You get a time for self-study. That is the third benefit you are getting. You get time for self-studies also. That is also one very important fact, students, we see. Then we also practice a lot of quizzes. We are also practicing a lot of quizzes at regular interval for self-analysis. Also we find that a batch for complete preparation will be there, a dedicated batch for preparation will be given to all of you. There are n number of test series along with the DPP. What is DPP? Daily practice papers will be given to you with a full length mock test and the test analysis. If something goes wrong, you have not got marks, you have not attained your marks properly, you have not got your marks properly, what is the reason that you lost your marks? That also with analysis we can get to know. And a single subscriber with an unlimited access. What do you mean by unlimited access? You have n number of teachers which are available on the platform. With any teacher you can take the class with your comfortable timing. With any teacher you can take the class with your comfortable timing. Do you get such kind of benefits any other place you see? Answer is absolutely no. So my personal opinion, if you ask, you should definitely go for a plus subscription student, which is going to be useful for every one of you. Now let's go back into the class and let's start with the class now, shall we? Okay, let me go to that slide and we'll start with the class. Okay students, fine. So strawbulation was the point which was left, student. We have not done yet. Strawbulation was the point which was left. Now when you go for this strawbulation, it's very easy to be understood. When you go for this strawbulation, example comes out to be is the Aurelia. The example comes out to be is the Aurelia. You see Aurelia is one of the example. I'm going to zoom the diagram and show you how in Aurelia, okay, it is going to show. And now this Aurelia, what Aurelia shows, it shows metagenesis. Okay, they all come under Cnidarians. They all are Cnidarians. So it shows metagenesis. So Aurelia is a Cnidaria. And it shows metagenesis. Let us try to understand how does it show the metagenesis and how can it be beneficial for the individual. Let's try to understand that Aurelia part. Okay. So I'll just zoom in into the class and the slide and we can see that. Now you see it starts from the part that is scyphostoma. That part we are going to start, where formation of strobili is going to take place. If you talk to me about strobili formation is this kind, student. This is how we have got this strobili formation, student. Okay, in this strobili you see, with this strobili we get a ephyra. That is one of the stage which is going to come on an account, that is called as ephyra. And from the ephyra we get the medusae stage. Okay, this is one of the medusae stage which we are going to get. Medusae stage is a motile, student, let me tell you, it's a motile stage. Okay, and from this motile stage, if you go the medusae, it produces a larvae that is called as the planula larvae. It is motile, it is free swimming stage. It's a planula larvae, it's a larval stage. Okay, it's a larval stage, student. That is one of the larval stage. And from the larval stage we get the adult. From the larval stage we get the adult stage. From the larval stage, student, we get the adult stage which is coming into picture. Have you all understood? Have all of you understood, students? That is how it is going to be working. I hope the diagram is completely understood to every one of you and does not require any kind of explanation. Shall we go ahead now? Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Similarly, in the next slide, we can see that is the fragmentation which can be seen. Fragmentation is one of the part which we are going to see in case of the algae. Okay, in algae we find such as a structure that is fragmentation, especially coming out to be Spirogyra. Why the name Spirogyra has come? Because here we find that in case of Spirogyra we have got a spiral chloroplast. Due to a spiral chloroplast. Due to spiral chloroplast, we call it as spirogyra, students. That's one very basic facts which we are going to see. And with the spiral chloroplast, you can see nucleus is present, septa is present. They all are septate. If the septa is present, we use a terminology that is called as septate condition. We call it as a septate condition, students. We also call it as a septate condition. Similarly, you see, we have got these all structures which are going to be formed, which will be useful for the complete, that is the organism. That is dividing, the division of the organism becomes much more easier, much more better division is possible. So a better division is possible. A better division is possible. That is one thing. Now similarly, asexual reproduction can also be seen in case of formation of the gemma cups. Okay, that is the gamete formation. In Hepatocopsida liverwort, it is found in the Hepatocopsida, that is the liverworts. The example is Markantia. Also one more example we can see. The another example comes out to be is Rixia. The another example comes out to be is Rixia. Rixia is the another example you can find. We have got the formation of the gemma cups, as you can see over here, students. And in these gemma cups, we easily find that the anthrozoids are going to swim, come over there, and will be used for the complete fertilization process, and formation of the new liverwort can be seen, student. So I hope this all part I have explained you and you have understood. Okay, let's go to the next part. Okay, what is the next part what we are going to see, students? The next part comes out to be is the formation of the gamete. Okay, that is the formation of the gamete. Gamete formation is going to take place, that is in case of again Hepatocopsida liverwort showing gemma cups and fruticose lichen, and is the fruticose lichen. It's a, what is a lichen? Let us try to understand. Lichen is a symbiotic relationship. Lichen is a symbiotic relationship, students, between algae and fungus. So it's a symbiotic relationship between the algae plus fungi. Algae plus fungi, we are going to see that, student. A very important symbiotic relationship. As you can see in the diagram, if I zoom the diagram, you will be able to see that in a more prominent manner. If I zoom the diagram, you can easily see in a more prominent manner, you see, students. If you zoom the diagram, you can write see over here how it is. Okay, formation is going to take place. That is how we find. Let's go to the next slide. That is asexual reproduction, which you can see now. Okay, okay, just give me a moment, students. Okay, okay, fine. If you have a doubt, you can write in the chat box, students. If you have any single doubt, you can write in the chat box. Why? Because I'm trying to enable the questions. It's not happening from my end. So you can write in the chat box if you have any doubt. You see, Next point comes out to be is the regeneration, which is seen in case of the hydras. In hydra we have got the provision of regeneration, which you can see how the hydra which has been cut is dividing, okay, and the upper half and the lower half are there, upper half and lower half, and it completely develops into, as you see, they are completely developing into the parent type. Okay, they are all developing into the parent type, and through this parent type again, so when the pieces are done, they develop into the parent type, and through this parent type again they grow into the adult. They completely grow into the adult type. That is how we get the hydra. Let's go to the next part, that is regeneration, also seen in case of the planaria. Regeneration in case of planaria can be seen. Let us try to understand this situation, this condition also. So we see that there is a regeneration which is happening. What do you mean by regeneration? Growth. The regrowth is called as regeneration. That is in case of planaria, as we have discussed previously also. Planaria we find the maximum regeneration can be seen, student. Maximum regeneration can be seen, student, where the planaria is cut, and you can see how after being cut the parts are developing different structures. The parts are developing different structures, as you can see over here, student, and a complete, and we get the formation of a complete. From the head part you see the complete organism developed, and from the tail part complete organism has developed. So in this way we find that the organism development takes place with the help of regeneration. With the help of regeneration. Do remember, student, we again have a class, and the class is from 8 to 9 p.m. today. The class is from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, we'll meet again in the evening, and I'll continue with the chapter, but we can go a little more ahead. Let's go more ahead and try to understand the chapter. Shall we? Good, students. And these are the live diagrams. What you see are the live diagram, how planaria is dividing. Can you see how they are dividing? They have been cut and now they are dividing properly. So these are the live diagrams, students. Generally you cannot find these all diagrams in the books, not available in the books. Okay. They are not available in the book, student. We don't find such a diagram to be available in the book, student. That is, but we find those all diagrams I have searched and then I have got it for you. Next comes out to be is sporulation. The next topic comes out to be is the sporulation. How is sporulation being useful? Let us see how the sporulation is going to be useful. We find in case of fungi. First is formation of the zoospores. First is the formation of the zoospore, student. First is the formation of the zoospore, which we are going to see, student. Let's try to understand how is the zoospore going to be formed. Okay, in case of the zoospore, student, as you see, in case of the zoospore, as you can see, student, the complete body wall will divide and that is called a zoosporangium. We call it as a zoosporangium. It divides, and from the top, as the slicing takes place, as the cap is removed now, okay, then the zoospores are going to be released. These all zoospores, if you see, they are all tailed. If you find that they are all tailed structure, okay, they are all flagellated structure, tailed structure, and that is how they are helpful. They are all flagellated and tailed structure, and that is how they are useful, students. They are all flagellated and tailed structure, students, what you are going to see. Have you all understood till here? I hope for everyone it is clear. Let's go to the next. That is second after zoospore comes out to be is chlamydospores. The next comes out to be is the chlamydospore, student. How is going to be chlamydospore useful, student? Let us try to understand that part also. So in the chlamydospores, you find that you see these all are fungi only. So how the formation and the development of the chlamydospore will be taking place. Okay. And when we magnify the diagram to complete, that is 10 micrometer. What do you understand by 10 micrometer? 10 micrometer means 10 to the power minus 6 meters. 10 to the power minus 6 meters. When we are going to divide it, then we see it in this manner, chlamydospores. Third one comes out to be is sporangiospores, students. Now this sporangiospores, as you see, okay, this sporangiospores, as you see, example, the best example comes out to be is the rhizopus and mucor. So mucor is also called as the black bread or brown bread mold. Okay, mucor we can find over here. The mucor is also said to be the bread mold. I'll just write it over here for all of you. Let me make the margin. Sometimes it goes out of the screen. Bread mold we call it as, and through this bread mold, as the bread mold is formed, then the zygospore. Okay, also in case of rhizopus, you can see how the sporangia is filled with the sporangiospores. Okay, these are small sporangiospores which are present. Okay, this is a highly magnified structure which we are seeing under the microscope. They are highly magnified structure under the microscope. So we find it under the microscope. Highly modified structures are there under the microscope. You can see them. Next we go is the vegetative reproduction in plants we are going to look into. Now these are some of the topics which we need to complete. Vegetative reproduction in plants. This is also something which we need to do, and some part we have already discussed. Okay, some part we have already discussed. Vegetative reproduction in plants, which we can see right now. Okay, students. Okay, and yeah, I can see many other students have also joined. You can watch my recorded lectures, students, those who have joined right now, because today I was just revising one of the topic for new students, but again I can see some more new students have joined. They can go for the recorded lectures, student, where a complete detail of the chapter of class 12th, all botany and zoology chapters I am going to discuss this year. So propagules are present, students. What we can see over here, there are many propagules which comes into the vegetative reproduction in plants. Number one comes out to be is the rhizome. Second comes out to be is the tuber. Second comes out to be is the tuber, students. And let me mark it in this way, it will be easy for you to recognize. So first comes out to be is the rhizome. Second comes out to be is the tuber. Third comes out to be is a bulb. Okay. Next comes out to be is the runner. Then comes out to be is a sucker. And the last one comes out to be is the offset bulbils and leaf buds. So through these all mechanisms, students, through this all mechanism, a vegetative reproduction in plants is possible. So these are the various parts of the plants what we are going to see. So if I take on account, these are the various parts of the plants. So these are the various parts of the plant which are going to be utilized, student. That is what we see. Let me tell all the new students who have joined, we again have a session. I'll be continuing the session again. That will be from 8 o'clock, that is 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. students. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the evening I am going to start, student. Okay, every day my timings are fixed, that is from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and this is the first timing, student. This is the first slot where I take the classes, and this is the second slot in the day where I take the classes. So every day Monday to Sunday I take classes in these slots only, students. So you can just visit my classes, and everything I am teaching you in the greatest detail. You can take the notes, you can use the video. It will be very helpful for every one of you. Those all students who have been attending from previously to my classes, they all know about it. So to the maximum detail, I am teaching you each and everything, students. To the maximum detail, I am teaching you each and everything. Before I go to the, so these all parts we'll do it in the next class, that is from 8 to 9 p.m. Now before again I leave, then we are going to discuss something which is important, that is you can also go for a plus subscription, student. Okay, you can also go for a plus subscription, student. You people need not to pay a single rupee from your pocket, and you can utilize completely the classes, and it will be very useful for every one of you students if you follow the classes. Similarly, every day I am taking classes for the students on Unacademy. Generally I follow the timing, that is from 3 to 4 and 8 to 9. 8 to 9 is a fixed time, students, I'll tell you. Night 8 to 9, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. is a fixed timing I take classes for Unacademy students, and that will be very beneficial. So what I have started doing this, I'll be recording the sessions and putting on YouTube, but if you come for a live class, it will be really interactive and useful for all of you. So if you come for the classes, this will generally help every one of you, and this will be properly guiding you to, it will be a guide post, it will be guiding all of you, and will be helping you attain good marks in the coming exam. So let's start it, let's crack it in this way. Prepare nicely for the 2021 or class 12 student as well as class 11 student. We are going to prepare in this way, and I make sure that all students are going to get good marks. So all the best, and all of you, and with Unacademy, let's crack it. Thank you all of you.